Welcome to TPTN, the only news station that never needs to tell you the weather. I'm Tayden Hensley.
And I'm Josh Oswald, and when we last left off, we were talking about the new additions to our local baseball parks. I, for one, am a fan of the new looks. What do you think?
I mean, they're kind of cool, I guess. It's the same thing each time, right?
We'll have more for you on that after our very own Kids and Calamity.
Greetings, travelers, and welcome to Tales of the Dice Roll Kids and Calamity. I am your host, Alexander Chaplin, and I am joined by...
I'm Tyrell Childress, and I am playing Kristofferson Fox. In the last episode, my my family turns out to be an actual cult, like legitimately. I found out where my servants were. They were all in robes, and I quite literally had to escape my family and run to the nearest donut slash like breakfast-ish?
Slash burger place.
Place of all places. And now I'm chilling there waiting for my butler to come pick me up.
I'm Logan Hill. I play Terry Krueger, and the last episode I was in the ER for a little bit because I was, I guess, on the verge of death, essentially. When I thought I was just coughing up blood, I was actually just in pieces, basically. Everything was broken. And then when I came to and I finally got recovered and I walked out to the main hall, I heard Ricky giving a Ricky summary of all the events that have happened to someone.
It's called a Ricky recap.
Sorry, Ricky recap, my apologies. Then I went home, thanks to Kristofferson's butler, Joshua. And when my dad was, stopped smothering me in his arms and choking me out, basically, because he probably was a much taller man, I walked upstairs and I heard a clown. So this might be the last you see of me.
Hi, I'm Charlie Muessel, and I'm playing Cass Phillips. Last time for Cass, we kind of figured out a little bit more about what's going on with the cow and all of that with you, and Cass had to talk to his dad.
Hi, I'm Jonas Pelot. I play Ricky Bobby, and last episode was an interesting one for Ricky. Faced all three of his fears, spiders, cows, storms, and almost died several times. Ricky went home, found out all his guns got stolen by a cow. Cow's actually kind of chill. Ricky is still a little confused on the inside, a little bit of inner turmoil there because he still hates cows. But yeah, other than that, life's okay.
And without further ado, let's get right into it, where we last left off. Kristofferson, what are you doing while you wait for Joshua?
Kristofferson is currently rummaging through the bakery display because his family never actually let him try any of this stuff, and it starts off like a, it's nice, and now it's starting to be more like a type of thing. But stress eating is really nice whenever your family's out to actually kill you, so that's a benefit.
Kristofferson, what confectionery are you currently mid-devouring when you see Joshua's car pull up?
I'm currently devouring one of those, it's a donut, whipped cream, strawberries, another donut, strawberry on top, okay? But I'm doing the thing where I'm slowly licking the whipped cream around it, and then I'm gonna go crazy.
You hear the ding. Oh, not out of a bike, of the entrance bell of a building. And Joshua walks in. Sir, should I give you a moment?
Yeah, hold on.
All right, he walks out.
All right.
Oh, God.
Kristofferson immediately runs over and hugs Joshua. Embrace.
Where are your shoes?
You're not gonna believe this, Joshua.
And what happened to your face? As he starts looking you over. Come to think of it, your pants are ripped.
I have super speed, and also I nearly slept in a bush, but I'm okay. I'm legitimately, I'm okay.
You're not on anything, are you?
Oh, no, well, I don't actually know what's in that bakery display,
either.
But if there is anything in there, then that would be what it is, but I'm okay.
You don't look fine. He gets down. What happened?
Joshua, I know where the servants are. I know the truth about my parents,
Yes.
the basement. I need to know, though. Did you know?
Right. I'd almost forgotten the call on the way here. I did not expect to walk in on you devouring a shuckster.
Kristofferson starts to slowly walk back in a more timid stance.
Your father, when he was young, had a weird obsession with, I guess, the contents of a book, The Wakeless Deep. He'd had a dream one night and couldn't get it out of his head. And he found a book that very oddly followed along some of the things he had dreamed of. And what happened? Because I know that he had lofty ideas, but if something happened, I would not know what he would have done.
Joshua, they were going to sacrifice me. All the servants were down there in like some like catatonic state. Mother like chased after me after I begged her not to, and they came after me. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm like this.
All right.
And I have the copy of The Wakeless Deep. And Kristofferson like reaches into his now soiled, decrepit backpack and whips out the book and like flips to the pages that have been like torn out and have the blood on them and stuff. Like this here, I don't fully know how it's incorporated here, but I know it has something to do with it.
This is troubling. This is
really?
more than troubling.
Really?
I'm in, if not for the fact of the shock I'm in, I would be fully breaking down right now.
Joshua,
How are you?
Right now, I'd rather get somewhere safe.
All right.
Somewhere further away from town. Not near Brighton Terrace. That's just too dangerous right now. Is there anywhere we could go further away?
I know a place. You're not going to like it. Neither will they. But it is your best route forward.
Okay, and where is that?
Clinton Park.
Oh, Bobby Town. Let's go.
Your parents would not think to look there. And you know someone there. You have a friend there.
I know we'll be safe there. I believe you.
There is another matter, and I am sorry that I am a stickler on this.
Oh, I'm aware of the Ruckles. Like, that's okay.
No. You will still need to go to school. However, you obviously cannot go as Kristofferson Fox. I understand that me saying this is extremely wild and tone deaf for what has just happened. If you are in a place where multiple people you call friends are, you have more people to rely on than just one.
I'm willing to agree with you, Joshua. However,
It's not a right now moment. Right. Or if you had.
I understand, but this whole town knows who I am. Everyone does. It'd be weird if I just waltzed back there. Everyone knew who I was before I introduced myself.
It would take a slight makeover.
What are you gonna...
I believe you had a name in youth that you would use.
But I'm not allowed to say that word.
Richard Roberts.
Oh, that one.
If you were to wear clothing akin to Clinton Park for a while, maybe a hairstyle change, and a pair of fake glasses, that would allow you to walk town somewhat freely without the fear of most people noticing. You'd still want to steer clear of your parents. But you would have more freedom than being cooped up in a building.
Okay. I trust you then.
All right. I have to make a call. Bobby is the last name of?
Yes, the Bobby family.
He pulls out a phone book. Which?
There's a page.
When I tell you there are 3 pages of Bobby's. Do you know what his parents' name is? Or should I just call any one of them and they'll know?
My mother's.
I think he refers to his mom as a Maddie Bobby. I'll also say you could probably call one and they could let us know which one is the right one.
I'll call the one I know, and then I should be able to get there pretty quick.
Understood, Joshua. And Kristofferson goes back to go down another one.
Ricky, where do we find you at this hour?
Ricky is in his trailer, sitting on his bed with the BB gun. He's got his knife out, and he's carving into the buttstock of the BB gun. And he's carving 5 symbols in a kind of circle. He's carving mountains, a lightning bolt, kind of like a thought bubble, lines of static, and then stars into the butt of the BB gun.
I was wondering what you were doing yesterday. That's sick. As you're doing this, there's on the trailer door out front.
I got him on.
Well, thank you. She's doing something. Your father's fully passed out on the couch.
Lazy son.
It's your grandpa.
Hey, Grandpappy, what you doing up off the couch?
Hey, you got a call from a fancy pants.
Oh, shoot. What, did he say his name?
It's my friend Joshua.
You friends with Joshua?
You know Joshua?
How do you know Joshua?
First, whenever they came into town, they needed help getting around. And, he was like the Fox's chauffeur at the time, so I guided them to where Brighton Terrace was, and he's kept in touch ever since.
Well, shoot, I knew it was a small world, but hey.
Very small.
Well, shoot, send his line over. You know the home extension number. Oh.
He brought the house phone. It's fully just like...
Grandpappy, how does a cable that long? You know what?
Oh.
You go back to your show. I'll bring your phone back over, Grandpappy.
Thank you, boy. Thank you. Is this Ricky?
Yes, sir.
Ricky, this is Joshua.
Oh, hey.
I have a favor.
Sure, what you need?
Kristofferson needs a place to stay.
Yeah, I think we got room in the trailer.
Wonderful.
As
Do you
long
have
as
an
he's-
extra set of clothes?
Sure, I got some hand-me-downs.
Wonderful.
Is he cool? Baseball clothes?
Yes.
No, he's not.
When you see him, be gentle. He's been through a lot today.
You all right? What happened?
You'll see.
All right. You want me to come pick him up, or you driving him over?
I'll be driving him over.
All right.
I have to go back to work, I suppose.
Sounds good.
So I'll be dropping him off, and then if you need any connection, let me know.
Yeah, hey, I'll call you back if I ever need anything.
No problem. Yes. It has been a long day, and I look forward to some respite.
No kidding, I feel like I'm about to pass out.
Same here. The phone. It looks like you have a place.
It will have to do. It works though.
I will have to go back to the house to continue my duties after this. Best they not think that I know anything.
No, it makes sense. Just, will I be able to talk to you again?
You have my number. And you have your phone.
Okay.
So you'll be able to call and I can arrange to meet up.
Be careful, but I don't know what they did to the other servants.
Quite honestly, I don't either. Do you want to grab anything else?
As much as I can feasibly grab at this point.
As-
My soggy ass backpack.
Okay. He takes you to the car. How is Kristofferson driving towards Clinton Park?
It's new. He's never actually driven to this part of town before, really been in this part of town before. He's never even had to go past the hospital because they can just bring people to him. It's kind of refreshing in a way, but he does now think about Dak and the phone call and is starting to realize that maybe it is a little too late.
How does the dump a little ways down the road greet Topher?
Despite Topher probably smelling pretty nasty at this point,
Only when the wind's facing this way.
I would assume since it is raining, it's a smell that he's just never had to deal with before. And it is a strong welcome, we'll put it like that.
A faded sign over the entranceway reading, Clinton Park, your happy home.
Does happiness normally smell like this, Joshua?
No, sir. Every time I drive in, it's a new day. How does the sound of a Bentley greet Ricky's ears?
It doesn't sound like the normal pickup trucks that people used to get around Clinton Park. And he recognizes the engine sound because Joshua drove him just a couple hours ago. And he pops out of the trailer.
Bentley parks out front and the lights turn off. Kristofferson and Ricky, how do you both greet each other? In the pouring rain.
Hey man, come on, it's raining, get in here.
I feel like I would be a little optimistic to legitimately see people that aren't trying to kill me. So it'd be like a, Ricky, oh my goodness, I've quite literally actually never been this happy to see you, man.
He does not look good.
Shit, man, you been through hell.
It's been new.
Hey, come on, mom's making jambalaya.
I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, she always makes extra leftovers, you know. Well, we'll have a bowl for you.
This is just kind of comforting to hear for Topher.
Y'all probably gonna have to eat on the floor, but most of us do.
After the day I've had, I'm okay with that.
Also, I hope you don't mind sleeping with 6 other people.
I can try.
You can have my bed though. I'll sleep on the floor. I got you, man.
Dear.
And I walk him in the trailer. Hey, Mom.
Well, hey there, and hey there, Richard.
Hi,
I can't call you Ricky now, can I?
No.
Sure
yeah,
you can. You just gotta say Ricky 1, Ricky 2.
I would rather be called Richard, but I appreciate
You staying
it.
with us tonight, then?
Might be a couple more if that's all right.
Well, that's all right with me. So it's jambalaya, then, yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Just a full pot of it, just...
Oh, yeah. It smells good. It overpowers the smell of the dump.
It does.
It just smells like spices and cooked meat.
And it's probably the nicest smell that he's had, considering he was literally in the back of a shucks a lot.
The jambalaya finishes, and the entire Ricky Bobby Direct family and you and Joshua sit in an assorted place in the living kitchen.
We're watching TV.
As we end this scene, Chris, how does it feel?
Honestly, it's kind of nice to eat a meal with other people, besides lunch at school. Just this family comes together to do this thing. And then he thinks back about his actual family that recently tried to kill him, but more specifically, the fact that they didn't want to be there. So, despite how poo-poo the conditions actually are, it's kind of nice.
Cass, at about, what time does your mother get home?
3 when the sun's not out.
You hear the familiar, rustling of keys and fiddling for the lock on the front door. Your dad,
Cass
she's
is,
home.
sitting against the door to the twins' room. and has been working in like notebooks.
All right, I'm back. I'm gonna get on out now. I think Cass is in front of the twins' room. Go easy on him, all right? And he heads out for a little bit, and hearing the door close, you see your mom walk around the corner. All right, I'm gonna go make a special coffee, and you and I are going to have a talk.
Cass will get up and walk to the living room. Won't say anything.
Your mom will have a coffee pot.
Cass will sit on the couch, but Cass still has his notebook in hand, like tucked up to his chest.
She sinks in a bit. So, tell me, what's up?
Okay. How long have you lived in Downpour?
I think we got here about a year before you were born.
Okay. This is a town in Nebraska, a plain state in the middle of the Midwest, completely landlocked.
Mm-hmm.
It never stops raining.
Yeah.
It is impossible for this place to never stop raining. There's jellyfish here in Nebraska, a state that is triply landlocked. That's insane. Nothing about this place makes any sense.
I assume you get no sleep tonight as you talk with your mother.
I mean, it depends how long she's willing to let Cass talk about. We saw a cow that's made of this, and there's spiders, and there's a mask, and the mask seems to be tied to like technology in some way, like nothing it appears on isn't made with tools or something like that. I saw it on a baseball. A baseball.
She sits there as long as you need to get this off your chest. Yeah, you have this talk. Your mother now has a new understanding of the world that you and your friends live.
So.
We fast forward in the morning to all of you meeting for your third day of school, I believe. No, fourth.
Wednesday.
Third.
It would be Wednesday,
It's
so the third day.
Oh my gosh.
What do you all do? You all see each other.
Hi guys.
Is that
Richard Roberts.
Richard Roberts?
Yes, Richard Roberts.
Roberts?
Yes.
Richard Roberts.
Okay.
What happened?
Long story short, my family is a cult. They've brainwashed all of my servants. They tried to use me as a sacrificial lamb. I ran away from them. I have the Wakeless Deep in my backpack. I'll get to that later. And I like hid under a bush, and they came after me. And then I think I got someone fired from Shucks a lot, and I ate a Shucksta for the first time. That was life-changing. And now I live with Ricky, and I'm friends with Jimmy. Yeah.
I need to see that book, and we need to talk. Oh my God.
Well,
This is deep in the notebook.
I don't want this book at all in my possession. It's kind of a reminder, so you can have it. I found it when I got in the car with my dad. Some of the pages are ripped out. There's blood. I think they use it to conjure something. And Joshua said that my dad has always been a part of this, like, I don't know.
He's got like a thing for it.
He's always wanted to try and summon us something.
So to summon the wake, he thought he needed to sacrifice something, and it had to be you.
It was the most important thing to him, which is something he would always say to me.
Okay.
With that, we go through a week of school, of regular, everyday school. Outside of that, each of you will have the opportunity to fully explore one thing about the town. Ricky, you find a statue of a baseball player.
I can't believe I've ever been here.
Catcher's mitt here, and a can't hear, nothing inside of it.
Ricky takes his baseball out of his backpack. He slides it in. Goes about 30 feet back and just puts his glove on. Holds it up like he's ready for a toss. Ain't no way this is gonna work. Holy sh!
What?
I have no idea what to do with this information. But I do know what to do.
You play catch with a odd landmark. What are you looking for at Buffalo Creek as you arrive, I presume, on your bike a little ways past Iberger and the Badger?
It's not so much looking for, it's more so like just going to a bench and like sitting down and just looking at the park again and kind of replaying the events of all that have happened, reminding himself that he is dead and there's no way like it's possible that he's back at all. It's just a figment of his imagination as he's looking, like detailing every event as like kind of like a daydream, sort of like just zoning out.
Sitting on this bench down at Buffalo Creek Park, you do note that out on the baseball diamonds there are some of the bobbies currently playing a full round of baseball. Their bikes in various states of battered and in disarray, leaning against a shed. There are, I'd say, like 12 bobbies here. They're not playing full, but there are, you, in your mind, you get 3 yes, 9 no. Just seemingly out of nowhere, looking over at the bikes and the bobbies.
Is it like something says that in my head, or just like I realize that?
Yeah.
So something just says.
Something, you could call it almost your internal monologue. Says 3 yes, 9 no.
As he's looking at the bikes? Okay. He'll kind of just stare at them for a while, trying to decipher like what it meant. Again, just daydreaming still.
When do you recognize that you have gone into the wake?
Oh no. As he's like daydreaming, everything around, it's like tunnel vision essentially on those bikes. Everything else kind of seems to just fade in. And then as he like snaps back out of it, he looks around and there's the tall grass and he's on the dirt road and
You turn around and see a figure off in the distance.
okay. Can I do a perception to see if he's moving or not? Or if he's just stationary?
Just standing there.
Stay, okay. Okay, I'll take 1 step backward while still looking at him. Does he move? A few more steps. I'm bringing my bike with me. He'll turn his back to the figure like two seconds and then turn back around.
Gone.
Oh no. Can I sense anything behind me?
Yes. Something angry.
Can I slowly turn around?
What face is in the grass?
As Terry like kind of turns around, there's nothing physically behind him, but like he still like turns his head and like the figure is in the grass and he just sees the clown. He sees Jimbo's face, white face makeup, blue eyes, a red mouth. And he gets on his bike and books it.
As you pedal on, give me a perception roll, a brains check. We've been saying perception all this time, it being a brains check, but
14.
what about the smell of Jimbo is wrong?
It's rotten. It smells like burnt, not burnt, but just smells like disgusting, rotten flesh. It's not like the dump has a more distinct smell from the dump. The dump is like it's whatever, but like this one is like it's hard to like actually breathe without like trying to want to cover my nose.
As you pedal along, passing the threshold of the entrance to Buffalo Creek Park, you come back to the world. And for a moment, in the TV station window, you see Jimbo's figure We arrive at the night before the Tuesday of the second week of school. Terry, you have gotten home. Your dad's watching TV, your mom is finishing up some paperwork on the kitchen table. What do you do?
This would be like a couple days after, and this would be kind of like getting home from school now, because it is Tuesday. And I was kind of like a little shaken still. Like Terry is normally like kind of around people he knows and family. He's always like happy and he's always like talking a lot and everything. But now he's kind of just quiet and just deep in thought and everything, just thinking about a lot and kind of looking a little sad, but a little worried as well as he like walks into the kitchen to like grab a drink from the fridge.
Good day at school?
Yeah, it was okay.
Doing all right? You seem a bit off.
It's nothing, Mom. I promise. It's just the atmosphere outside. It's always raining and kind of always just down and everything. So I'm just very tired too. I didn't get to see my friends a lot today because classes kind of seem to just blur together. So
Yeah, well, maybe this coming weekend we can do something for y'all, you know?
he kind of like peeks up at that and just goes, "Oh, yeah, I'd like that. If we can, I'd love to go do that."
I can go pick up everybody for you.
I'm sure they'd love to be picked up by you, Dad.
Grin on his face.
I was just gonna say, does he have a tear? What are you watching?
Oh, well, this Wheel of Misfortune, I think. You know, just a thing to have on.
Okay, that's fair. Do you have the newspaper for today?
Yep.
Walks over, grabs it, opens it, read the main news article.
Kristofferson Fox still missing. Head detective nowhere to be found.
And I would know that's Dak's dad, basically. Terry will kind of look at this and like his eyes will go wide at the first headline, and then he'll go to the second one, and then he'll turn more into that's odd. How could a detective be missing? Terry will kind of like fold it back up and hand it to him and be like, "Did you read the main article?"
Yeah, I was meaning to talk to you about that. Are you doing all right with
Yeah.
Chris out?
I'm sure he's doing all right. I know he can come off a bit of abrasive to some people because his family owns literally everything, but he's a good person. I know he's doing all right. I just know it in the back of my mind. Yeah, Richard Roberts does seem kind of he's doing all right. So, and with that, he'll kind of like say his goodnight or say his like goodbyes and everything. Go up the stairs, go to the bathroom, and just like start getting ready for bed, like brushing his teeth and like just flossing and everything.
You go about your nightly routine. As you exit the bathroom, are you going to bed? Yeah, I guess you'd be.
It'd be late in the day because he stayed out a little bit.
As you're heading to the bathroom, heading out of the bathroom. What about the sight of a circus ball rolling across the hallway to the stairs sends you into fight or flight?
Terry will just like freeze on the spot, and like he'll like his grip on the door handle will become even more, not to the point where he's breaking it, but like you could hear there was like a gripping, like the grip on the got stronger as he just stares at it rolling across. "Mom, did you see a ball go down the stairs?"
Nothing.
Terry will kind of like look out of the bathroom and look to where the ball came from.
Darkness.
He'll look down the stairs to like see.
Darkness.
He'll look behind him in the bathroom.
You see an expanse of nothing.
And then he'll look back forward.
The hallway.
Kind of look in the mirror and see my reflection at all.
Give me a grit check.
Oh, dude,
As
Day
Terry
D4s.
sees his face in clown paint.
D4, bro, please. I need you to come in clutch for me. What's the
DC
DC?
on this is 10.
Please. We might have another repeat. Or not.
The second you said that.
It's a 5, and even if I used all my adversity tokens, it would not give me enough. Yeah, I failed that one.
What feeling goes through your body as a fear kicks in?
Just paranoia and like immense like, oh my god, like insanity. Just like kind of like trying to wipe it off.
As you do those motions, your face smiling in the reflection for you.
He'll like back up a bit and then just run out of the door.
Why are there clowns circling in a ring formation off in the distance?
Terry will like scan the faces in like horrifying like fashion as he tries to recognize any one of them to like try to like make sense of what is going on. And then he closes his eyes and just goes, "It's not real. This isn't happening. I'm still in the bathroom." And then he'll open his eyes to hearing that.
From behind you.
Slowly, like, will turn around.
Approaching you is Jimbo.
At this point, his heart is beating out of his chest.
A line of handkerchiefs going up in the hand where the balloon used to be.
At this point,
And a hand free.
Terry kind of like steps back away.
Hello, Terry.
You're not real. You're dead.
Oh, I'm very real.
He'll kind of like angle himself back towards the stairs because he knows he can at least try to run down those.
Where the stairs once were, you find that black void beneath your foot. The house gone.
Is it safe to assume I'm in the wake?
You're someplace.
Oh. In the sunken place.
The ring of clowns starting to move in closer. Jimbo continuing to approach.
Terry will like still try to keep it together. He just goes, "You're not real. You're dead. You're dead."
Are you ready to come play with me again? Oh, I've been waiting to make your birthday something to remember.
My birthday's been over for a while now. Leave me alone. You're just dead.
The ring of clowns begins to laugh.
Can I try punching Jimbo?
Yeah, give me a fight check.
I do have a D12.
I think you're thinking of Bozo the Clown.
Name? 9?
I think you're thinking of Bozo the Clown too.
What's the DC real quick?
No, you hit.
Okay, good, because I'm like, Loki, I might use all the tokens, just be like, yeah!
Hey, Terry. How does rotten flesh feel?
Oh. It feels like, obviously the punch, like, it's rotten, so it's just broken down. So like, it would go through, but not in like a, wow, I'm strong, more of like, oh, he's falling apart.
Where do you punch him?
Probably in the stomach. It kind of, my arm kind of like, just,
You are now about to hear in his stomach. There is a hole in the fabric, and you see bone and rotted organ.
oof, oof.
Well, that wasn't very nice.
He'll kind of just back up more. And then like his face is just pale at this point. It's just, now he's just
I
in him.
have to go on air like this now.
That is like what honestly takes him out. He goes, air?
Oh, don't worry. You'll be joining me.
Nuh-uh.
What state of feeling are you in after that statement?
What is the highest form of fear? Like just immense like,
I feel like sheer terror.
I was like,
terror?
I'll say immense like insanity or like your sheer terror, just like, still just shaking his head.
The handkerchief begins to move.
Oh,
He's like,
And you feel something slip past your clothes on your back.
oh.
Wow.
Kind of just starts like grab at what it is.
You feel a silk handkerchief.
Immediately like try and pull it out.
You pull forward about 5 connected on a line.
God damn it. God damn it.
As they begin to wrap around you.
Oh, now Terry's like hyperventilating, like he's just like struggling at this point, trying to fight free.
You start pulling at them, and the more you pull, the more appear as you begin being encased in this.
What if I start putting them away?
If you start putting them that way, they start appearing from underneath you.
What? Just like, nothing's working!
As it begins wrapping around your eyes, and you are encased and gone.